Hi, this is Nick with Zachos Realty. I'm a real estate agent here in Sarasota, Florida. In the past, I recorded a video listing some of the best cities on the Gulf Coast of Florida, so I'd like to revisit that topic and update my list a little to share some updates as of 2023. Having lived in a few different cities along the Gulf Coast, I feel like I have a pretty good sense of what each of these cities brings to the table. Moving from the Tampa area to St. Pete, then Dunedin, and on to Venice and Sarasota, my family and I have had the luxury of being able to experience each of these areas and see what makes each of them so special. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the best cities to live in on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Let's start with the city that seems to be at the top of every list of best cities in Florida, which is Tampa. Probably the most popular city on the Gulf Coast, Tampa is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. With a great history and culture and a ton of great restaurants and bars, in my opinion, this is one of the best cities for young adults. For people looking to move here for an employment opportunity, Tampa is home to a variety of different industries to choose from. Some of their largest employers that are based here are Tampa General Hospital, Mosaic, Suncoast Credit Union, and Bloomin' Brands, just to name a few. As far as things to do here, I would suggest checking out the Tampa Riverwalk, Sparkman Wharf, or maybe go to a Lightning game at Amalie Arena. It's easy to fall in love with Tampa, which is why it's always going to be considered one of the best cities to live in Florida. The next city on our list of best cities on the Gulf Coast of Florida is St. Petersburg. Known as the Sunshine City, St. Pete is typically rolled into the Tampa area when you're looking at these lists online, but having lived there, I think it deserves to be mentioned on its own. What makes St. Pete special is the mix of beautiful beaches and a lively downtown area. You have some of the best beaches in the country here, including Madeira Beach, St. Pete Beach, and Paso Grill, which are just some of our favorites. The downtown area is awesome, from all of the great local restaurants and bars to the breweries and the arts district. There's something for everyone here. St. Pete also has a newly built pier that features parks, restaurants, and a marketplace. We visit this area all the time with our daughter and just can't get enough of it and all that St. Pete has to offer. Moving just south of St. Petersburg, the next city I'd like to highlight is Bradenton. Bradenton is a little lesser known and maybe smaller than some of the other cities on this list, but definitely deserves a spot. Being situated right on the Gulf of Mexico, you'll find some of the best beaches and beach communities in the area here in Anna Maria Island, Bradenton Beach, and Holmes Beach. The downtown area here is really nice with a great marina, and it's also home to the Pittsburgh Pirates spring training facility, which is probably our favorite ballpark in the area to watch games at. Also located in Bradenton is the community of Lakewood Ranch, which is the best-selling master plan community in the country. If you're looking for maybe a little more bang for your buck while still living on the Gulf Coast of Florida, look no further than Bradenton. When looking at the best cities on the Gulf Coast of Florida, Sarasota is a city that absolutely must be on the list. Everyone knows about Siesta Key, which is always ranked as one of the best beaches in the world year after year, but Sarasota has so much more to offer. For people who enjoy the outdoors, Sarasota is the place for you. With a ton of great hiking and bike trails, an endless amount of golf courses, and being right on the water for fishing and boating, there's no shortage of activities for people of all ages. In my opinion, Sarasota is the best city on the Gulf Coast to raise a family in. The school district here is one of the best in the state, and as I mentioned, there are a ton of great activities for kids to enjoy, whether it's going to the beach, the Sarasota Jungle Gardens, or the aquarium on Lido Key. Sarasota is where my family and I call home, and we just love it here. Venice is another city that I think should be mentioned on any list of the top cities on the Gulf Coast of Florida. For people looking to really enjoy the beach life and maybe a bit of slower paced community, Venice is the place for you. Known as the shark tooth capital of the world, Venice is one of my personal favorite cities in the area because of the beautiful beaches, the fun downtown area, and the sense of community you feel here. Venice is probably more so known as a retirement community, but the school system here is also great, being a part of the Sarasota County School District. Like I said, the sense of community here is special. It seems like there are events or markets every weekend on Venice Island, and the locals here are always welcoming to visitors. Again, if you're looking for a relaxed beach community that's close to bigger cities like Sarasota and Fort Myers, Venice is where I'd recommend looking first. Last but certainly not least on our cities of the best cities on the Gulf Coast of Florida is Englewood. Englewood is definitely smaller and probably isn't on most people's minds when it comes to great places to live and visit, but if you're looking for affordable beach living, Englewood is for you. I've covered this area in past videos, so if you're looking for more info on Englewood, take a look at our YouTube page, but the value you can find here for beach and waterfront properties is rare. The city is dumping a ton of money into a revitalization project for the downtown West Dearborn Street area, which hosts events like food and art festivals all the time. There are a ton of great local restaurants and bars to check out here as well. For outdoor lovers, Englewood is another city I'd recommend because of the great beaches on Manasota Key and the miles of waterways that connect to Lemon Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. Again, if you're looking for a great value in homes on or close to the water, Englewood is where I'd start your search. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you're looking for more information on any of these areas, again, you can check out our Moving to Florida YouTube page where we highlight each of these cities more in depth. I really appreciate you watching. Again, this is Nick with Zachos Realty. Feel free to reach out anytime with any of your real estate needs. Thank you.